Today we're going to learn about the past continuous tense. We use this tense to talk about actions that were happening in the past, especially at a specific moment or during a period of time. First, let's see how we form the past continuous. The structure is subject plus was were plus verb plus ing. For example, I was eating, you were drinking, he was watching a video, we were running, they were talking. The verb to be in the past is was for I, he, she, it, and were for you, we, they, and then we add ing to the main verb. We use the past continuous to talk about specific times in the past. For example, at midnight I was sleeping in my bed. Yesterday morning I was walking through the city. At this time last Monday we were studying for an exam. These sentences describe what was happening at a particular moment. We also use the past continuous when two actions were happening at the same time. In this case, we often use the word while. For example, I was running while she was walking. While they were studying, I was reading a book. We were chatting online while we were doing our homework. Both actions happen at the same time. Now let's look at negative sentences. The structure is subject plus was were plus not plus verbing. For example, I was not eating, you were not working, he was not watching TV, we were not studying. In everyday English, we usually use contractions. I wasn't eating, you weren't working, he wasn't watching, we weren't studying. These are more natural when speaking. Next, let's look at questions. To make a question, we change the order and put was where before the subject. For example, was I eating? Were you working? Was he watching a video? Were they studying? This is the basic structure for questions in the past continuous. We can also give short answers. For example, were you studying? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Or were they working? Yes, they were. No, they weren't. These are very common in conversations. We often use the past continuous to describe a situation or background in the past. For example, when I arrived at the airport, people were walking around, some were talking, and others were looking at their phones. A man was shouting while a woman was checking her luggage. This helps us create a clear picture of what was happening. Let's look at some examples with computer vocabulary. I was using my laptop, she was typing on the keyboard, they were clicking on a website, we were sending emails, he was downloading a file, she was saving a document. These sentences show actions in progress in the past. We can also combine ideas. I was surfing the web while my friend was chatting online. We were working on a project while the printer was printing documents. He was copying a file while she was pasting information. These examples show simultaneous actions. To summarize, the past continuous is formed with was were plus verbing, and we use it to talk about actions in progress in the past, especially at a specific time or when two actions happen at the same time. Learning this tense will help you describe past situations more clearly and naturally.